It's the Check a Pro radio show, sponsored by checkapro.com. What are the latest services, products, and techniques? The pros check in here. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
Yeah, I heard. No, I know. 4 left. Jerry's talking to me here coming out of the break. My producer, Jerry's been with me over 20 years. He's my work wife. Kind of odd, but, everyone should have one. He's the guy that keeps the radio program moving forward on the air, and he keeps track of the calls coming in. He says there's only 4 of these left, and he's kind of an anxious guy. He's always like, there's only 4 left. Okay, not a big deal. 4 left. Here's the phone number, everybody, 813-437-9616. Again, 813-437-9616. Jerry loves when I give the phone number out and I keep everyone posted on how many are left. If you've just tuned in and you don't know why you should call, well, if you have a home that doesn't have a generator, but you've been thinking of one, you can get a free mini generator today, absolutely free, and you can get a free site inspection from the leader here in the Tampa Bay area, Suncoast Power Solutions. Brian's the main guy over there. He has been in this family business. This business has been around since 1976. That's a long time. They are here to serve you. That's why I love having them on my show. Brian, welcome back after the break. It's great to have you here, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, celebrating 50 years this year. It's a heck of a milestone for us, and we're proud of it.
Yeah, very long time. It shows that you guys have done a great job. For those of you who aren't in small business, who don't know how hard it is to run a business and stay in business, most small businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years, up to 90% of them. So congratulations, Brian, to you and your team at Suncoast Power Solutions, your family business. You've done a great job.
Thank you very much. Yeah, got to give a little bit of credit to my dad on that one. He went through the early years, and I came in shortly after. I've been here, since 2001 now. So kind of handed over the reins to the ship, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job since then. Growing every year, whether that's market conditions or what, I don't know who to thank, or it could just be the hard work of my team. But glad to be here and very thankful for the staff as well.
Absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of business owner, if you are a builder, you should consider providing this as a standard option. I don't even like to use the word option. It should just be a standard item. So when people are picking out things, they can pick out the generator that they want for their home. Or maybe actually you, the builder, work closely with Brian and his team at Suncoast Power Solutions and say, okay, for this type house, it should be a Cummins or it should be a Generac and it should be this size. And that way it can be built into the cost of the home and make it part of the home. Does that sound like a good idea, Brian?
Oh, it's a great idea. As a matter of fact, Generac has invested a good amount of money into getting into these homes early. So they now have an electrical meter that serves double duty as a transfer switch. So every house needs an electrical meter. Why not put an electrical meter / automatic transfer switch on the home, even if you don't put the generator on immediately, because we do understand about building and construction. There's an old phrase out there: if you have a budget for construction, just forget about it and double it basically. And so we do understand that, but the Generac automatic transfer switch with the meter, I think, is a great item to put on your house. And I want to say it's about $300 more than an electrical meter. So once again, who doesn't have that to throw at a new construction home when you're already spending hundreds of thousands, right?
Yeah, and actually, it's the best time to have the generator installed in your home because everything is brand new. So when you're working with a new home in the electrical system, it's really the best time. Plus, if it's a new home, everything is the latest technology as well as the generator itself. But it's gotten me thinking, if my builder doesn't offer this, but I want it, it's a good time for me to add it to the house. People will often do it with a swimming pool. They'll have the pool put in by a pool builder during it, and sometimes they can wrap it all up into their mortgage.
Exactly. You're absolutely right, Jim. And not just that, it's the beautification of the home. A lot of the wives get involved and, oh, I don't want to see that generator or see the pipes going to the conduits or the gas lines going to the generator. Well, during construction, we have the unique ability to put all those in the walls, in the attic, sometimes in the slab. So where it's cosmetically, it's a much more appealing look to the end user when you can do it during the construction phase.
Now, speaking of aesthetics, I've heard and I've actually seen some examples of people putting these tattoos, if you will, these skins on top of their generator to blend into their environment on their property. What can you tell me about that?
Kohler began introducing different color patterns to their units, and we have sold a few of those. They have forest green, they have camo, they have what are some of the other colors? Oh gosh, I want to say there's like a papaya color. They're not huge sellers, but sometimes we get these designers. When the designers get involved, they like the specialty colors, and we're happy to give it to them.
There's all kinds of options and it doesn't have to be ugly. It is utility. It is something you should have. We have our air conditioning units outside. We have, all these different things that we need, these different appliances, if you will, and a generator is one of them. Here's the phone number to get your free site inspection from a qualified site engineer from Suncoast Power Solutions, as well as an absolutely free mini generator. You've got to call right now. There's only 3 left. 813-437-9616. Again, 813-437-9616. As little as $179 a month with 0% financing for up to 18 months. It doesn't get much better than that. You guys do everything. It's turnkey. You guys take care of everything. And you're telling me for as little as $179, I can have a brand new generator and you do it all. You don't drop it off on a pallet and make me connect it. Everything's done by you guys over at Suncoast Power Solutions, and I can sleep well at night.
Sign the papers, pay the bill. That's the only thing we really require of the end user. Like I said, no subcontractor, so everything is done in-house, even the permitting, which that can be somewhat laborious. So we've got a really good permitting team here that takes it from A to B. Obviously, like I said, we need a couple John Hancocks from the customer, but other than that, we submit, we follow through with the municipalities, and we stay on top of them to make sure a timely permit is submitted and approved, which is not as easy as I make it sound sometimes, Jim.
No, I understand, but you guys are experts at it. You've been doing it a very long time, and you know how to work that system. Much like if you need to defend yourself in court, you hire an attorney. They know what they're doing. And so you understand how to get it done, and there's nothing you can't get done. An email has come in from Sandra in Odessa. Jim, I love the show. My question for Brian is about maintenance. We had a generator at our old house up in North Carolina, and the thing needed servicing every year, and it felt like a lot. What does ongoing maintenance look like for a standby generator here in Florida? How often does it need to be done? And does Suncoast Power Solutions handle that, or would we be on our own after installation?
So, excellent question, Sandra. Nobody likes maintenance. However, we cannot avoid it. You wouldn't drive your car without changing the oil. The generator is an engine just like your car in some cases. So, once a year is the minimum that you should service your generator. Now, we have plans that are once, twice, and 3 times a year. And you ask yourself, well, why 3 times a year? Some of our areas get a lot of runtime on their generators. Putting 100 hours a year on their generator is not out of the ordinary. So for those customers, we're out there more often. We're changing the oil, changing the spark plugs, etc. Now, and to add to that, you also have the salty environment too. A lot of our homes that are on the beach, that salt just kind of attacks the generators, right? So we're out there 3 times a year. We're washing, performing salt removal, we're cleaning solenoids, orifices, things like that. So we ensure that you have many years of trouble-free usage out of that machine.
Now, call now, 813-437-9616. Get your free generator. This is something that is a limited time offer, and you're not going to hear it anywhere else. And a free site inspection. Absolutely phenomenal from Brian and his team. since 1976 over at Suncoast Power Solutions. 813-437-9616. So we've talked about warranties before. I love that 10-year warranty. Is that still available?
You do this to me all the time, Jim. You bring up the 10-year warranty. So that was a promo that was being run by Kohler and Generac, and I think Cummins ran theirs recently as well. Typically, they run those promotions at the beginning of storm season just to kind of do what we're doing here, right? Create awareness. We are effectively in storm season, so the manufacturers are no longer providing those 10-year warranties, but you know what? I'm feeling generous today. We'll go ahead and if you mention the show, we'll go ahead and throw in a 10-year warranty at no extra cost as well.
It sounds painful when you said that, but it's great for my listeners, and I really appreciate that. Hey, the music means we've got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about as little as $179 a month, 0% financing for 18 months, a 10-year warranty. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Had to twist his arm for you guys, but love my listeners, and you guys deserve it. 813-437-9616. Get in on all of this. This is a crazy deal. What an opportunity. 813-437-9616. More of your questions and more talk about a new generator for your home. Up next here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
If you want to get a home improvement project done, but you don't know who to call, I can help. This is Dave Ramsey. Don't call. Log on to checkapro.com.
Jim Klauck, a.k.a. Check A Pro Joe here. Hey, Tampa, when your power goes out, everything stops. Your lights, your AC, your refrigerator, your security. And here in Florida, it's not if the power goes out, it's when. That's why Suncoast Power Solutions is offering a limited-time savings of $1,500 on a brand-new standby generator for your home. For as little as $179 per month, choose from the most trusted names in backup power, Generac and Kohler. Professionally installed by local experts who understand Florida power outages since 1976. And right now, when you call during today's radio show, you'll also receive a no-obligation site inspection plus a free mini generator to help you through your next power outage. No pressure, no risk, just real protection for your home and family. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Suncoast Power Solutions now at 813-437-9616. That's 813-437-9616. Now, only 10 of my listeners will get this deal today. Call now, 813-437-9616. Be prepared and stay powered with Suncoast Power Solutions.
Do you have a question for Check A Pro Joe? Email Joe at checkapro.com. This is the Check A Pro Radio Show.
I love what I do, which is helping you, my friends and neighbors here in the greater Tampa area, find pre-qualified home service professionals. For anything you need, go to checkapro.com. The professional I have on my radio program today is Brian from Suncoast Power Solutions, and he has been helping all of us in our area for a very long time. He's getting better and better at what he does. The equipment's getting better and better. The technology is getting better and better. But what's not getting better is the grid keeping us up. And it's not just that, Brian. It's not just the grid. It's not just the power from the utility companies, staying on and keeping us powered. But we rely more and more today on technology that requires the electricity. So when the power goes off, it's more painful. The internet, medical equipment, air conditioning. You go back 50 years when you guys started, it wasn't as big of a deal. There was no internet.
No, there wasn't. And, I was thinking about that earlier, Jim, when you were mentioning the weather band and the AM/FM. I'm thinking to myself, do my children even know how to work an AM/FM weather band? They know Spotify, they know iHeartRadio, they know, Pandora and all those other ones out there. But I don't think they know how to work a radio. So, but yes, we are completely dependent on that sort of information nowadays. And we crave it too. I think more than ever before. And that's, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or anything else. But more importantly, that's entertainment. What about for work? What about those people that are working from home right now? Zoom meetings, Teams meetings constantly. Hey, maybe it's a tax write-off, right? If you work from home and your power's failing all the time, that's something to ask your CPA about. But I do know I have had one customer that was successful in doing so. So there's that option as well.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. Call now to get your free mini portable generator and a free site inspection from Suncoast Power Solutions, 813-437-9616. Before the break, I had asked about the 10-year warranty, and Brian, you winced a bit. You're like, well, yeah, we can do that, but the manufacturer's not offering it, but I'll do it out of my pocket. I appreciate that, and so do my listeners. So let me recap this thing of goodies. We are looking at as little as $179 per month to have a generator power your whole home. That's turnkey, all included. 0% financing for up to 18 months. Also, 10-year warranty. Oh, I do see something else. I'm afraid to ask this question. $1,500 off any new generator from Suncoast Power Solutions. So I know we've talked about this before, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm looking at notes from a previous program. I'm like, hey, what happened to that? So seriously, though, I'm not,
that was 10-year extended warranty or $1,500.
That's fair. So obviously, I've pushed you to the limit. But that's, my job is to help negotiate for my listeners, okay? So when you show up, then they already know, hey, Jim on the radio said this, and you agreed to it. I like that. $1,500 off any new generator or a 10-year warranty. I'm not sure what the better value is. How does someone, distinguish that?
So if you agree on this radio show not to ever push me again, I will agree to both today and today only. $1,500 off, 10 years, 18 months, same as cash, $179 a month, mini generator. I mean, that's a bundle of goodies that you can't pass.
I honestly didn't mean to do that, but I was looking at some previous notes. I'm like, yeah, we used to talk about this $1,500 off. Like, I know because we're on the air and it's tough putting you on the spot in front of thousands of people, but I appreciate that.
Well, let's see if your radio show works. That's now so you have to mention the radio show. That's the kicker.
Oh my gosh. Call now, 813-437-9616. I may not get Brian back on the show as a guest after this. He might be done with me, but take advantage of this offer while it's here. 813-437-9616. Changing the subject quickly. An email has come into joe@checkapro.com from Ray in Riverview. He says, Brian, my wife and I are both retired and on a fixed income, so we have to be smart about this. We want a generator, but the upfront cost is a concern. Are there financing options available? And is there any kind of tax credit or rebate for installing a standby generator in Florida? We want to do this right, but need to make it make sense financially.
So we've touched on the 0% 18 months ad nauseum at this point. However, I will tell you, talk to your CPA. I am not. However, it is a capital improvement to your property. So there is that, if you want to call that a tax credit, when you sell the home, talk to your CPA. It is a capital improvement, so there should be some deductions for it there. But as far as, it's a big investment. I don't know that we can do any better than what we've done on this show, by maximizing your dollar with everything that we've put forth, the 10 years, the $1,500 off, the 0%, the mini generator. It's more affordable now than it ever has been, at least today. So take us up on the offer, get us out there, talk to one of my guys or myself if I'm the one lucky enough to be out there discussing generators with you. But yeah, give us a call and we'll make it as affordable as we possibly can. You have my word on that.
I may have worn out the welcome for you to be on my show, Brian, because I think I've pushed you and put you on the spot. This is a huge opportunity. Call now, 813-437-9616. Wow. 813-437-9616. As the show concludes. By the way, there's only one left. Jerry tells me only one of these offers left. So the show is concluding in a few moments. And as we wrap up the program, let's recap. We have spoken about hurricane season. It's a serious thing. A lot of people don't think about it until the weatherman says, oh, by the way, in 5 days, it's likely we're going to get wet. Huh? What? Oh, yeah, they're flying in the middle right now of the storm. They're in the eye and they're looking at it, and this is going to be a big one. It's always like, is this like the worst of all? And it really doesn't have to be that bad to cause pain. It doesn't have to be the biggest one. It just has to be one. It could be a Cat 1. Okay. So we talked about that. We, of course, talked about the free Mini Kenny generator, which is an awesome product. As low as $179 a month, 0% financing for 18 months. $1,500 off and a 10-year warranty. I laughed because I think I pushed it a bit, but thank you very much for that, Brian. I appreciate it. We talked about data centers a bit. That often comes up, and that is another issue. Natural gas and propane options. What we really didn't get into this time is drilling down a bit on the Generac, Kohler, or Cummins. Should we conclude on that? What's the differences there?
So every unit has their strengths and weaknesses. I shouldn't really say weaknesses, but there's differences in the product. Kohler units really have a ton of starting power. So if you and they exceed that of Generac and Cummins. Cummins has a name that everybody's, especially those gearheads, they know and trust that Cummins name, mainly on the diesel product. But Cummins stands behind their product. They make a great product. And then you got Generac, who's 60% of the market share right now in residential homes. They market like it's nobody else's business, and they make a very budget friendly generator. So all good units. We don't sell anything here at our store that we wouldn't put in our own home. So there's really no wrong answer. However, there are some homes or some generators that fit certain homes better than others. And then one last thing, Jim, to add to the promotions that we've already set forth here today, the 10-year warranty, the $1,500 off. If you are a Hillsborough County resident, I will agree to get that generator installed in less than 2 weeks from the date that we have your permit documents. So in little as 14 days, give me business days, if you could, we'll agree to get that generator installed.
Wow, you keep throwing more on. Will you take my listeners out to dinner or breakfast or something? I mean, my goodness, it's
don't push your luck, Jim.
It just keeps getting better and better and better. Brian really wants to help you out. He wants a long-term customer. After the install, you don't lose the relationship with Brian and his team because they're going to be able to monitor your generator. They will know before you know if there's a concern. They'll be able to see what's going on. Your generator will start up once a week for a test, and Brian and his team will be able to monitor that. And so it's all part of the maintenance plan, and it's kind of like a big brother thing in a good way, isn't it?
It is, and I'm glad you touched base on that, Jim, because, when you've installed over 10,000 generators out there, it's just the law of numbers, right? One of them's always going to have issues, but if we see that issue, we want to be able to correct it. We want to be able to respond to it ASAP. And that's the importance of monitoring. If we don't get to that problem, that storm stirring in the Gulf, it hits your home, your power runs out, and you've got a non-working generator, that to us is unacceptable. So the monitoring, we put such big emphasis on it. We make it as affordable as we can. We have a robust Wi-Fi network. We have a cellular option through the manufacturers. We have third-party options. We put a ton of emphasis on monitoring just so you know that we are watching your product day and night. And I think that is very important, Jim.
Yes, it is. And thank you so much for joining me today, Brian. I really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on Checka Pro Radio. Be safe.
Thanks for listening to the Checka Pro Radio Show. For more information on how to select the right contractor for your project, visit our website, checkaproradioshow.com. Join us again next week at the same time.
Jim Klauck, a.k.a. Checka Pro Joe here. Hey, Tampa, when your power goes out, everything stops. Your lights, your AC, your refrigerator, your security. And here in Florida, it's not if the power goes out, it's when. That's why Suncoast Power Solutions is offering a limited-time savings of $1,500 on a brand-new standby generator for your home. For as little as $179 per month, choose from the most trusted names in backup power, Generac and Kohler. Professionally installed by local experts who understand Florida power outages since 1976. And right now, when you call during today's radio show, you'll also receive a no-obligation site inspection plus a free mini generator to help you through your next power outage. No pressure, no risk, just real protection for your home and family. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Suncoast Power Solutions now at 813-437-9616. That's 813-437-9616. Now, only 10 of my listeners will get this deal today. Call now, 813-437-9616. Be prepared and stay powered with Suncoast Power Solutions.
Do you have a question for Check-A-Pro Joe? Email Joe at joe@checkapro.com. This is the Check-A-Pro Radio Show.